VOICEBOX is a Ticci Toby fanfiction consisting of 12 chapters and was first published on Quoted on the 29th of March 2014. Obviously, all signs point towards it being a magnum opus. So therefore I thought I would read the story together with you all, so we can dull the pain together. Each week, every Tuesday, I'll upload a new chapter.
Let's call it Tiki Tuesdays. And this is where it ends. VOICEBOX, a Ticci Toby love story. Chapter 12. The next few days were difficult for me. Toby had come home while I was sleeping and gotten into a fight with Tsume again. Dark told me that Toby tried to get Tsume to back off and let him try to fix things with me, but Tsume refused. He told Toby that I had agreed to give him a chance, and he wasn't going to throw that chance away for any reason. I blushed a little when I heard that and decided to still give him a chance. After all, I did say that I would date him before I ran off. This is such a fucking love triangle, it's so cliche. Well, minus the fact that it's in a fucking weird creepypasta world. The next morning, Tsume greeted me with a kiss on the cheek. Mwah, and a warm hug. During breakfast, Tsume asked me if I would go to dinner and a movie with him at the creepypasta theater. I'm not even gonna question it. I nodded, and out of the corner of my eye I could see Toby push away his half-eaten waffles and storm out of the room. After helping Karma train with his kusarigama and practicing with Dark, I changed into a nice black and purple dress and asked Father if he would watch Karma for me. I don't understand why they fucking introduced Karma in the last chapter when it was the second last chapter. There's no way they're gonna be able to develop Karma enough until the fucking end of the story. Why? Just take Karma out. Take Karma out of this story. They don't need to be here. I kissed Karma goodbye and left with Tsume. Tsume was a complete gentleman the whole date, milady. He opened doors for me, held my chair at the restaurant, and paid for everything. The whole evening was great. When we got back to the mansion after the date, he walked me to my door and kissed my cheek. I spent the night thinking over everything that had happened since I had killed my aunt and uncle. I missed Toby, but I did think I could trust him again. Seeing him with Clockwork had hurt too much. I decided to try to forget about Toby and really try to fall for Tsume. It's a rebound relationship, it's not gonna work out. The next 3 weeks were great. Tsume treated me like a princess, and though Toby still looked at me sadly, he had backed off when he saw how happy Tsume made me. Karma didn't like Tsume much, but I just put it down to him not wanting to share my attention. It was the start of our 4th week of dating when Tsume started acting strangely. At first he would just snap at me for something I said, but as the days passed things got worse. One night, when everyone else was out killing, Tsume lost his temper and slapped me. I didn't even know what I had done that ticked him off. I was shocked. No one had hit me since I started killing. Tsume must have seen the tears in my eyes, cause he started apologizing and begging my forgiveness. Can we get a reason for why he slapped her? Like, he just slapped her out of nowhere? He said he had been under a lot of stress and he didn't mean to hit me. Well, of course not. Of course not. He's only trying to save his ass. Don't buy it, VOICEBOX. I did not hit her. It's not true. It is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. He promised that he would never lose his temper with me again, and he looked so sincere that I forgave him. Oh, this is Stockholm. This is actual Stockholm syndrome, not fucking like fucking what is it called? You know what Solgo did? This is Stockholm syndrome. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I did this and that, and she's like, oh, it's fine. It's an abusive relationship. This is not good. This is not good. A few more weeks had passed before Tsume lost his temper and hit me again. Wow, that was good. I was going to break up with him that time, but he told me to keep my mouth shut or he would kill Benna and Karma. What the fuck? This guy's worse than Solgo. I wanted to tell Father about this, but anytime he wasn't with me, he was with Benna, and I couldn't risk her safety. Tsume started hitting me more often, though he was always careful to never leave any bruises where the others could see them. Jesus Christ, where is this sudden psychopathy coming from? Well, he does live in a fucking creepypasta mansion, but still, where is this coming from? Every day the beating would get worse. After a week of being beaten by Tsume, the whole house went on a killing spree competition. Fuck you! Stop glorifying murder! Father said that I should stay home and rest since it looked like I wasn't feeling well. I had bags under my eye from lack of sleep, and I knew I had lost some weight since Tsume thought I was fat. Oh my god. This is like getting... this is getting like really into detail, like how an abusive relationship pans out. Like, he hits her where they won't see it, he thinks she's fat so she starts eating less. It's fucked up. Once everyone had left, I laid down on my bed and tried to sleep. Unfortunately, not everyone had left. I found that out when Tsume suddenly pinned me to the bed and started kissing me. I panicked and tried to push him off, but he punched me in the face so hard that I was dazed. By the time my head cleared, he had my jeans and panties off and was working on getting his pants off. Well, I will give this story credit. It does make me uncomfortable when it wants to. I tried to get away from him, but I found out he had tied my hands to the bedpost with his belt. When he saw me trying to get away again, he started punching me again, and I screamed in pain as he raked his sharp claws across my Jesus Christ! Is this fucking 50 Shades of Tsume? 50 Shades of Cat people? I would have used my tendrils to free me, but he had pinned me to the bed in such a way that my tendrils were trapped under me. My vision dimmed a bit when he hit me in the temple, but I suddenly heard the sound of wood breaking. I couldn't really tell, but I thought I saw a streak of brown before I completely passed out. La Shayla, please wake up. Come on, Shayla, it's okay now. I heard a voice calling me back from the black void into consciousness. Of course, with consciousness came the pain from the last beating Tsume had given me. As soon as I thought of Tsume, I jolted upright and searched the room with wild and frightened eyes. 2 strong arms wrapped around my waist and I reacted on instinct. My tendrils pinned the person to the wall as I took in the bloodstains on my bed, floor, walls, and even the ceiling. There was blood, guts, and lumps of flesh all over my room. The only way I could tell who was in pieces on my floor was the bloody cat hair that somehow had ended up on my nightstand. I breathed a sigh of relief when I realized that Tsume was gone. Well, finally someone who deserved to be fucking murdered brutally. No, I'm kidding. Hey Shayla, I don't know who this is. Oh yeah, of course it's the one we all was expecting to save her. Hey Shayla, mind letting me down? It's difficult to breathe with your tendrils squeezing my ribcage. I looked over at my rescuer. Somehow I wasn't surprised to see that Toby had saved me. Well, at least the story is self-conscious. I retracted my tendrils, covered my face with my hands, and started sobbing. I felt Toby's arms wrap around me again as he lifted me into his lap. He rocked me back and forth while stroking my hair. Hey, it's okay. The mean kitty cat... The mean kitty cat is gone now. I told you I'd never let anyone hurt you again. I giggled a little at that and just burrowed closer to Toby's chest. I had missed Toby's arms around me and how safe I felt there. I finally realized that I still trusted Toby, and I felt like a moron for not listening to him before. I should have trusted him more. I felt Toby wipe the tears from my cheeks and kiss the top of my head. Well, this is actually a kind of sweet scene, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty sweet. This may not be the best time, but I still love you, Shayla. There's been something I've been waiting to ask you since the night of that stupid party. Toby hesitated and I looked up at him. He started to twitch and looked so hopeful yet fearful at the same time. All of a sudden, his blood-stained hand caught my eye. Well, it was more like the small velvet box in his hand that caught my eye. Oh! Shayla, will you marry me? He flipped open the box to reveal a gorgeous silver engagement ring with a square-cut ruby nestled in the black velvet. Tears sprung to my eyes, and all I could do was nod. How old are these people? They're like 18. They're already getting married. You don't want to be tied down at that age, man. Toby, you're doing a terrible mistake. I hugged him tightly and kept nodding. Finally, I found my voice. Your voice box. Yes, a million times yes. Oh, Toby, I missed you. I'm so... Shh.
It's okay now. I understand, Shayla. I love you so much.
Toby sighed the ring onto my finger and it fit perfectly. We just sat there in each other's arms until we drifted off to sleep on my blood-soaked bed. That is so romantic. For the first time in a long time, I felt safe and at peace. What the hell is going on here? Father slammed the door shut as I jolted awake and looked around confused for a second. Daddy, when did you get back? Never mind that. Why is there blood and body parts all over your room? And why are you and Toby in the same bed? You with nothing covering your lower half. You didn't put on your pants again? I looked down and realized that I hadn't put on my panties or jeans back on after what happened. I looked over at Toby, whose face was bright red and was staring at Father. I was about to answer when Father raised one hand to stop me while the other slid down his face. Well, it shouldn't be a surprise that, like, there's blood and guts everywhere, right? It's a creepypasta mansion. Very well. It seems that there is no reason for me to worry. I will have Offender clean your room since he brought that feline into the house. Shayla, go shower and change while I inform Trender that he has another event to plan. Let us just hope he and Splendor don't go overboard for the wedding. Father turned and left the room while I was still confused. It took me a minute to remember that Father can read Toby's mind without a problem. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I couldn't help thinking that could be awkward at times, especially after Toby and I would get back from our honeymoon. I looked up at Toby, kissed him softly, and ran to my bathroom blushing like crazy, but thankful that my tail covered my behind. Oh god. After a few hours of arguing with Uncle Trender and Uncle Splendor, Toby and I managed to get their agreement to a Halloween wedding date. I had to get Dark Phoenix and Father involved when Uncle Trender wanted the color scheme to be lavender and baby pink, and Uncle Splendor wanted to have a polka band at the reception. The next few months were hectic. Uncle Trender and Uncle Splendor drove everyone crazy with wedding plans. The other creepypastas took their frustration out on the human population, and the murders in the human realm were at an all-time high, you fucking assholes. Jeff alone took out a small town of 132 people in 1 week. Uncle Offender wanted to throw Toby a bachelor party, but Father put his foot down and assigned the task to Masky and Hoodie. After a long few months of preparation, the big day arrived. It was a beautiful autumn day. The leaves were falling gracefully. Bright gold, red, and orange drifted on the breeze as the wedding started. Sally threw black rose petals as she walked down the aisle in front of Benna and Karma, who were the ring bearers and the miniature bride and groom. Was that the only reason why Karma was introduced? Dark Phoenix was my maid of honor, and Toby's best man, surprisingly, was Masky. Finally, it was time for Father to walk me down the aisle. I felt like my smile was as big as Jeff's, as I saw Toby smile at me from the end of the aisle. I joined Toby and linked hands with him as Father lifted my veil and kissed my cheek. The rest of the wedding was a blur as Mr. Creepypasta recited the traditional Creepypasta wedding ceremony. Can there please be like a plot twist where every single character dies? Please, I'm begging you. Please, this can redeem the entire story. Please, just tell me that like the Japanese come and bomb that. Oh my god, that's awful. I'm so sorry. The rest of the wedding was a blur as Before I knew it, we had said I do, and we were pronounced husband and wife. The reception was lively to say the least. After dinner and the cutting of the cake, Toby threw my garter, which was caught by both Masky and Eyeless Jack at the same time. I didn't see which one of them got to keep it. most of the other creepypastas got drunk, and before I knew it, so like Sally got drunk, Benna got drunk, the underage creepypastas got drunk. These people are not very responsible. It was time to go change into my traveling outfit. I actually saw Jeff and Jane making out in the hallway on my way to change. Once I was changed, all these single female creepypastas watched as I threw my bouquet of black and red roses. That'll be a dozen red roses, please. Dark Phoenix blushed when it flew right into her hands. I barely had time to congratulate her before Toby and I took off for our honeymoon. What? No! 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 You are not doing this! You are no! No! Is this how you're ending the story? This is not how you're ending the story. Oh my god, I'm having an aneurysm. I don't even know what an aneurysm means, but I'm having it right now. Oh my god. Oh no. No. No, my head is spinning. This is not how you end the fucking story. You are ending the story like this, aren't you? Oh my god. Oh, I can't. I'm serious, guys. I can't take it. I can't fucking take it. Oh my god. Okay. Final. It's, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. I'm honestly gonna pass out. Okay, let's finish it. Let's finish the story. Let's finish it. So let's see here. I barely had time to congratulate her before Toby and I took off for our honeymoon. And that, Kismet, is how your father and I got together. I smiled down at the 3 children at my feet. My 7-year-old daughter, Kismet, smiled sleepily. Karma just turned 15 and felt he was too old for bedtime stories. Benna and Sally turned 14 this year. They would have had been at my feet too if they hadn't gone over to Uncle Splendor for a sleepover.
What about our mom and dad, Auntie Voice? How did they get together?
My 5-year-old nephew asked as his twin sister nodded in agreement. That is a story for another night. Come now, it's time for bed. I gathered up the protesting children and tucked them into bed. I'm sure Dark will tell you her story tomorrow. Good night, little ones. And that is the ending! We are done with VOICEBOX! We are done with VOICEBOX! Thank fucking Christ. That was probably honestly my favorite chapter because some of the dialogue and some of the things that was happening was actually kind of sweet with Toby and VOICEBOX getting together. It was actually sort of sweet. But that does not make up for the rest of the fucking story and that fucking ending where it's like all of a sudden it's like How I Met Your Mother, like fucking, oh, that's how I met your father, kids. Let's go to bed now. Where did that come from? Where the fuck did that come from? Is this even an appropriate story to tell to your little kids? Like murder and sex and rape and death. I need a drink. Oh my god. Well, that was VOICEBOX Chapter 12. Oh my god, I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would do. I am so happy that you guys have stuck with me throughout this entire thing. I didn't manage to put out a video every single week, but I will say this has been so much fun to read this story and laughing at it together with you, and I hope that if the author of this story at one point finds this story, just know that even though I don't consider your story to be very good, it has a lot of issues with pacing, drama, character development, and character motivations, and Basically, a lot of things is wrong with this story, but that sort of adds to the charm, and I will say that even if I don't consider the story to be very good at all, it at least managed to entertain me and a fair few people, okay? So, that's what I want to say about this story. And I truly enjoyed reading it. I truly enjoyed having you people listen to it and go along on this crazy journey together with me. That's all I want to say for this. If I'm not mistaken, there is actually a sequel to this story, an actual sequel to this story written by the same author. So, if you guys would be interested in me reading that, let me know in the comments, because I would definitely want to read that. It would be fucking amazing. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to VOICEBOX, guys. It has been a ride, a romp, a goof, and a gaff. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. With all that said, VOICEBOX is over, and I'm happy. Take care, everyone, and stay awesome. Goodbye.